Hi guys, Figure-Boi here, back with another long update video, and my voice just broke, and what also I am confused about is I think I've left the flash on for some reason. I don't know why, so that's why there's a glow over these minifigures right now. I don't know if that makes the video better at all, but you know what, let's just go with it, because I can't be asked, to switch this video off to start again or whatever, so let's just, talk about what these are. So, as you know, I've become addicted to collecting... Sorry, wrong shelf. Funko sodas, as you can see. And I've got a nice display over there, alongside a lot of other stuff like manga and, Funko Pop's the Lego. I got a new shelf, by the way. I don't know if I've shown it off in a video yet. Yeah. So, and you're probably thinking, hey, where do sodas come into this? Well, for a long time I've been wanting to make up for the lack of Black Widow Chase soda, which obviously the soda was her in the snowsuit from Black Widow. I mean, at the time of ordering the soda, I preferred, the common anyway, because of the head sculpt. But over time, I began to think, wait a minute, I probably would have been better off with the Chase, considering that I already have a Black Widow Funko Pop with her in, her traditional black suit. So it would have actually kind of been a big dub. But, so yeah, over time, I was like, oh. And then Amazon had, restocks of her, but I knew, yeah, you could, but I want to stick with my rule where I only get, the one figure and be done with it. So it just, and even if I did, order it anyway, I probably would end up with 2 commons again, or 1 common, because I would only order the 1. And, yeah, and even if I ordered 2, I'd end up with 2 commons, because, the odds are 1 in 6, and there's some people that buy 3 of one figure or 4 and still end up with a bunch of commons, because you don't know how reliable some of the sources are. So, and my good friend who I've collaborated on this channel with before had a Black Widow, figure, and I quite liked it, but just because I thought it looked a bit sexy for a minifigure, but whatever. And but it was almost like, well, there's no point me, going through all this effort to get just a normal, Black Widow figure. I've already got merch of her, in her usual attire. So if I were to get a Black Widow figure, it'd have to be, one of her in the snowsuit. And I know there is an official one that was in a set, but I'm not checking for some sodding set from some sodding movie. So, and I know there's a lot of customs around, so I was thinking, oh, surely someone's just selling the figure by itself. But obviously, I've been looking, and there doesn't actually seem to be a listing. But I went back and I found an old listing which this guy had done a ton of customs, and I wanted to sort of, have a look and maybe just go ahead and order a bunch from them. But what was the real, triggering point, what triggered me to do this order in the first place, was that I imported a Vision soda from fun.co.uk in the hopes that I might pull the White Vision Chase, sort of kind of a last minute kind of deal, because obviously Vision had sold out on Funko Europe, and even if I had ordered through Funko Europe, I probably would have gotten the comment from them anyway, but I wanted to see if my luck would be different if I imported the usual US can over, and of course, I'm guessing you know what happened. So and this seller had a custom White Vision figure, so obviously I ordered it, but unfortunately, I was going to order it, and but unfortunately, it turns out that he sold out. So I had to compensate, with this, which yeah, which is not as bad actually, because I probably, if it wasn't for the White Vision, I would have probably gotten this instead. So it's not too bad. I'm guessing I'm going to Comic-Con this month, so I I'm going to have to see if they've got like one of the exclusive variants of him. I particularly want the glow in the dark one. Like Smith's got the glitter white vision in, but I wasn't really keen on it at the time. But yeah, like either one of those two. But specifically the glow one. Because I do have a Blacklight Scarlet Witch now, so I suppose I could, if I get the white vision, I can always display him with her and whatever. But yeah, but going back here, pretty good. I mean, the hair piece is different to that in the photo, but in the end, I'm actually kind of glad, because what kind of put me off the getting it, like when I first saw the listing, was that I just thought the hair didn't look right. But upon seeing it so much, but I don't think the hair's accurate to the scene. I think this is the hairstyle she has when she seems like the same hairstyle she has in the Black Sea, like the soda figure I have, where she has this hairstyle. But I'm not complaining. I think it makes it look better, to be honest. It makes it look a lot prettier, because otherwise it just seems like a kind of a heavy head sculpt, hair sculpt even. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you make of the Black Widow movie. I mean, obviously, the first Marvel movie, MCU movie, other than Spider-Man, that I watched with my bro, and he actually liked the film. That's because he had nothing else to compare it to. But when you actually look at it compared to other stuff in the CGI and the plot and how they've treated some of these, comics characters, is not great. But safe to say, I fell head over heels for Yelena. So, and plus because you've had the familiar actors in it, like the Stranger Things with Hopper. Of course, I was going to be somewhat lenient, but if I were to watch it again, it feels, if I were to describe it, it feels like a Disney Plus show, but instead of it being like a 6-episode kind of mini series, it's just one movie. I mean, which is not really good. Yeah, but that's the MCU now, or the MCU that I've seen some people call it, which I think is a bit cringe, because I'm down, for more female heroes. Yeah, but just don't make them undermine the male heroes. They should be both treated equally. Isn't that what equally? Because isn't that what equality is, or is it equity that people want now? Even though I don't quite understand what that means, because I'm not bright enough. Hence why I eat up most MCU products. Wonder Mum. But there you go. But that's what I have to say about this figure. Plus, you've got the same accessories. Like, if I'm comparing it to the soda figure that I was buying this figure because of. Yeah, are they batons? I think they are. For a custom, like, they're very well made. Like, I mean, when I go to Comic-Con, I look for custom minifigures as well. But yeah, woohoo! So I'm sorry if I'm not a serious reviewer. I'm sorry if I can't. I'm just like, hey, spin, do a turn. There you go, very nice. Right, and let's get, speaking of Wonder Mom, here we are. So, whenever I go into Smith's, I see like these MCU well, not MCU, but Marvel Lego sets, and I just see one with Wanda in it, and I'm tempted to get it just for Wanda. It's just like, why? Because the figures, a lot of the Wonder figures they have aren't even that good, and the sets are not really worth your time. Like, I've got 2 Lego sets that I've still got to build, so I hope to do at least one of those sets over the weekend, and then I'll do another video where I showcase these 4 sets that I've bought over the last year. With one of these sets that I bought, I showed off in a video with this same friend that I've collaborated with on this channel. If you remember that video where I had a Michael Scott soda as well. I had that set like on the pile for over a year. I've only built it recently. It's just crazy because I wasn't like, oh yeah, because it was another car set. It was the Batmobile, but I obviously had the DeLorean to finish off first. The one that I massively improvised on. But we'll get back to improvisation when we talk about him. But there you go. I like the I don't know if they've like made these accessories themselves, or these are accessories from like other sets that they've just happened to just recycle for this. But yeah, the head sculpt, I'm guessing it's all unique. But for what it is, it's very. I don't know how they made these. I don't know if they've like some of these pieces. Like I said, some of these pieces they've made themselves. Pieces they've made themselves, or or just recycled. Which I've probably repeated myself now. But whatever the case, I was having a bit of trouble trying to get her to hold these pieces, but I got it to work in the end. But there you go. As long as I don't lose them. But this is, I don't know if this is based off a Wonder Mom suit or WandaVision. It doesn't make any difference to me. I just love Wanda, and I just had to get one. I mean, I don't really know if I should say I love her as a hero or a villain these days, because they're trying to push her to be some kind of anti-hero. You never know what they sacrifice for them. Me, when I didn't get the White Vision Lego figure. But yeah, I realise there's an official one, but the seller that made these, some of his customs are just inferior. Sorry. I mean, some of them don't look as good as official, I will confess. I mean, but some of them are much... Wait, is that the right word? I can't even think of the word. Superior, that's it. Some of them are a lot superior, sorry. But, obviously, some of them, you can tell where they've had to recycle stuff. But they've actually, literally recycled other things and, painted over it. But at the same time, it passes. So, like I say, I'm mostly positive about this, super positive about this order now they've actually arrived, because I was just anxious to how they'd look in person, because I don't know. I don't actively buy Lego customs. Like, when I go to Comic-Con, I saw a bunch, and some by this completely other person just looked a bit tacky, but these seem to be, the complete opposite, where it's almost like the pictures don't, unless you actually have them in person, they look like there's just a lot of effort has gone into this. This looks a lot better, like I said, than the official figure. I saw, a keychain just looked terrible. I don't know what I'm going to do with those keychains, by the way. But flipping heck. Look at that. Love it. Right, I could go on for ages about her. Right, next. Let's be quick, because I don't want to drag on I mean, I know some Lego videos can go on for 25 minutes for some people, but yeah, this is 4 from Endgame. He doesn't look terrible. I think it looks cool here, in the cape as well. I like how it's both red and black. It's very nice. The blended colours there. At least it's actually they actually used it's not like a plastic piece. I kind of prefer it if it's an actual kind of usual, because it's different with I think it's a bit different with Mysterio, but with other characters, I think I prefer this, the usual. I don't know what material they use, but there you go. So we've got we've got Stormbreaker, and we've got Thor's hammer. I can't pronounce it. Props to you if you can. So yeah, like I said, much better in person, because you can tell they're custom prints. I think his head piece comes off. I'm not actually sure. I managed to get to put his head off in the same way that he took Thanos' head off, but I can't seem to. But obviously the beard came off, with it. As in the beard is stuck to his head. I don't know if it comes off. I'm not going to try it. But regardless, I'm just glad that you can take the figures apart like actual minifigures, because I wasn't sure they were glued together, but they're not. I don't want to seem like I've completely misjudged this seller or whatever, or whoever made these. But I'm just, like I said, I'm safe to say my expectations were subverted but in a good way. So yeah, this video was directed by Ryan Johnson, or Ryan Johnson, whatever you want to call him. But there, woohoo! There's 4, because I love 4. He was my favourite. I don't love him in the same way I love Scarlet Witch, by the way, just for clarification. But he was my favourite. He was my favourite Avenger. But these days, I think maybe Tony Stark upon rewatch. But maybe I'm just thinking because of Thor Ragnarok. I think it was after that movie. I was like, yeah, Thor is my favourite because he's funny. And then after, it's after having to watch a lot of recent Marvel films, which are filled to the brim with humour, maybe I'm thinking, maybe Iron Man was just right because he was sarcastic, but it wasn't ha ha ha, laugh, please laugh kind of thing. But there you go. So, okay, what inspired me to get this one? So it was upon seeing the Funko Pop of the comic version of him in game, I was actually kind of feeling a bit kind of I wanted to get a comic version of him, but I didn't want to get a Funko Pop because it just still looks too simple. Sorry, I can't get started to have it off. I couldn't, it just looked like, as in both figures looked really similar to some extent, and I just didn't want to waste like 20 quid on the same character again in the same kind of art style. So even though I've got like the MCU version, which is might be questionable to some people, it's still doesn't look too bad. And I mean, admittedly, the film is mid though. Upon rewatch, I know, I would have liked it as a college person a lot more, but now that I'm out of college and it's like, so to say that wasn't great, was it? Was it Far From Home? Even if I said No Way Home, forgive me, but even you could say it's not mid, but you can argue like how well written it is. But there you go. I'm guessing this must be the comic version because that doesn't look like literally me. Or Jake Gyllenhaal. His sister was in The Dark Knight. This looks like a ginger to me. Is he ginger in the comics? I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to catch up on my ultimate knowledge from Wikipedia. But there you go. And then you've got a different head here that you could use. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know if that's like an alternate head if you don't want the ginger head. Because, you know, don't be mean to gingers. But there you go. Like I said, nice. He doesn't really need the right. Don't want to lose his helmet. I don't want to lose his obviously I just said I don't want to lose his helmet, but I don't really need to use his figure stand here that came with him because this character didn't come with a figure stand. This has a glider, which obviously, like again, I'll talk about that in a bit. But so I could just have him on here because I have like 2 spare stands, which were not actually meant to be figure stands. They were from the Batmobile, but I thought, you know what, these would be good for Lego figures that I might buy elsewhere from Comic-Con if they don't already come with, you know, these kind of figure stands. So I'd rather just shove some other pieces in its place and just fulfill the same purpose. So there you go. So nice custom. And I don't know, these parts from official, they look as if they could be custom, but like I said, it probably is a custom. But for what it is, like, I don't know where they get these pieces from, but it just looks amazing, really, from what they've managed to put together. I can see why some people say they prefer Lego minifigures over, you know, Funko Pops. And in a case like this, if you can get a ton of minifigures for cheap, like 5 minifigures for 20 quid, like, you know, that is a pretty good deal, to be fair. Because especially when I went on Firestar Toys and they had like a custom Wanda from the What Mouth scene, and 25 quid for that, like, and these cost around 5 quid each. So, you know, just, you know, you need to give these sellers a chance, really. I mean, some of them might look really bad, but some might look really good. So just, you only get the good ones if you're that asked about it. But, you know, what someone hates, someone else loves. So, yeah. Perhaps this version of Mysterio can, you know, create an illusion and display a good Marvel movie on your screen right now. But this video will probably get taken down. And Kevin Feige will be scratching his bald head thinking, damn, how can this Figure-Boi be a better Marvel movie maker than me? He just needs to get a cap which says Cry Harder on it. Woohoo! Let's conclude with Willem Dafoe. Woohoo! So this is the No Way Home version, where he drops the you know, helmet, and he's got his pumpkin bomb over here. Watch out! He's gonna. I've just dropped on the. I dropped on the floor. That was terrible. But there you go. Mayday. Right. So woohoo! That's all I seem capable of saying. Talk about repetition. I did watch Guardians of the Galaxy today. But as in the third one. Wee. Right. So what else do I want to say about this? So, yeah, because if you remember, I showed off my new Green Goblin pop. And obviously the common release of him as a pop for No Way Home is him like this. I don't have. He doesn't come with like his brown hair, black and brown hair piece, but I'm sure I have spare stuff in the box if I really cared. But I'm happy to keep him like this. But he's just, like I said, I can't help but saying, but these are just great. And like, I know there's a No Way Home set coming out, but I don't think I'll bother to get it now. I don't really feel like I need to. I don't want to buy stuff for the sake of it, and it just doesn't come free. And I'm so caught up in the soda game now that I'd rather just see what they do in terms of, because I've got my MJ pop now from They Were Home, which I got from Entertainer recently. I can't showcase everything I bought. I only want to showcase like, you know, exclusives and stuff, like proper like grails and stuff. Like, not that I don't consider MJ important, but she's just like a common release. I could have showed her, you know, alongside Matt Murdock, but I think Matt Murdock was the main spectacle, even though he was only in the film for like 2 seconds. But there you go. Ooh. Like I said, I don't have the time to showcase everything in shorts, and I really that I'd have too many bloody shorts and videos, and you know, I imagine you guys have better things to watch. Because if I did like an MJ review, it'd just be like 10 minutes of me simping and going through every single MCU girl or whatever. So I doubt you really want to hear that. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the costumes, because my mind's just blank. Because the main thing that stands out to me is just the goggles and the purple head. And I'm just thinking in terms of the pop of him in comparison. But yeah, those are all the figures I bought. Sorry for rambling, but they look cool, and hopefully I didn't make you dizzy by constantly spinning. But I've saved the listing to this, so I might just go through to see if any of the stuff that I bought today have sold out, just to make me feel a bit better about Vision. But you know, but yeah, nice. Let's actually just conclude this video by showing off the remains of the stand, the glider, which I've got to put together. I wonder if it's based off like the one from the old Spider-Man sets, because if that's the case, then I might be able to find the instructions to an old stand or old glider, but otherwise I might just have to improvise somehow. Otherwise I might just keep the bits, or I might just display them on the figure stand for now, as long as I have all the pieces, you know. But there you go. There's close on. You know, sorry, I keep repeating myself. Let's showcase the my new soda display. So these are all the commons. So, at some point I do a proper video. I might go through them one by one, but just to showcase my sorry, there's dust. My new shelf. And there's all the chases there. Look, woohoo! Hopefully I get some more chases soon, because sometimes it feels like I just like buy and buy and buy and buy and get so addicted to it that I end up buying like 10 sodas and just ending up with all commons. So, but I'm just grateful for the ones that I really wanted that I was able to pull. You know, when I've got some stuff from pop culture and fun as well, if we're talking in terms of updates. And I've got, what was it, a Funko Europe order as well. Let's just hope that's one that I really want to go to plan. But if it doesn't, it doesn't, because, you know, with the Shazam sodas, I actually couldn't tell the weight difference when I was in Liverpool. But luckily I was able to deliberately pull the commons. So that was something that I really wanted to do. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say here. Peace out.